This is Informer News, your voice of the people. Timeline is Monday the 8th of October 2012. Welcome along, my friends, to another edition of Informer News. Coming up in this week's broadcast is President Barak Obama about to announce to the world that planet+x NIBIRU is indeed in the inner solar system. Plus, the United States time travel program that found a barrier in time in the year 2012, and in 2013 they found the whole planet Earth lifeless. Also, US Senate votes 90-1 for declaration of war, and more footage from my recent camping trip. This week we visit Lincoln City and view the amazing Lincoln Cathedral. This footage is not to be missed. Now, before I start this week's broadcast, I'd like to update you all on what I've found out about the NASA whistleblower. Remember the one that briefed me on NIBIRU? Yeah, Jason Patrick. Well, not a very nice story, in fact. The info I've obtained from my source is as follows. Jason went to the market on that fatal day, but as it only takes around an hour for Jason to usually do the shopping and return, the source was worried after Jason not returned after 4 hours. Anyway, so the source went out to look for him. As he approached the market, there was a film crew, etc. near the market. The source found out that Jason had been killed by a shot to the back of his head. Whoever responsible for this horrific attack must be punished. And we all know who gave the orders to execute Patrick and why, and it was the evil controllers. And we all know why they want this cover-up maintained, because they know damn well that NIBIRU is 100% correct and it is heading our way, my friends. Originates from www.in5d.com. I believe it is more confirmation our controllers have known about the coming apocalypse for many years. Titled 2012 Time Travel and the Philadelphia Experiment. How does the end date of the main calendar of December 21st, 2012 tie in well with time travel and the Philadelphia experiment? Montauk. 2 American seamen jumped off the USS Eldridge during the Philadelphia experiments on the 12th of August 1943. They had time travel to a point where the governments were conducting a similar project called the Montauk Project, connected by planetary magnetic fields that peak every 20 years on the 12th of August. The scientists working on the project have been able to time travel through a hyperspace loop between the experiment dates, but can't go beyond December the 21st, 2012. Could this be because time travel stops on December the 21st, 2012? Steve Gibbs says there was a barrier the time travelers couldn't go through, but they went around it and found all life on this planet had been wiped out in the year 2013. However, other versions differ. Bob Frissell says in his book, nothing in this book is true, but it's exactly how things are, that the reason they couldn't go beyond December the 21st, 2012 was that the last time travel experiments will be in 2012, and all the experiments are interconnected. Frissell says they could also travel into the past, but not beyond 1 million years ago, since this was the date the Greys did their first time travel experiment. Drunvalo Melchizedek was the source of Frissell's information. However, the unnamed interviewee, presumably Albieg, who claims to be Duncan Cameron, one of the 2 seamen who jumped off the Eldridge, in an online transcription of part of a 9-hour series of interviews, gives a slightly different version. Question: what is the furthest anyone has travelled into the future? Answer: 10,000 AD. Question: everything is locked into 10,000 AD then? Answer: yes, it's a dreamlike reality. No one has picked up a tangible future beyond 2012 AD. There is a very abrupt wall there with nothing on the other side. Question: prophecies speak of earth changes around then. Answer: curious, isn't it? Question: what is your prognosis for the future of the human species? Answer: it will survive. Question: why was it mentioned at one time that 2011 was the last year that they could see anything tangible? Answer: it was mentioned in the main calendar that 2011 to 2013 was a barrier of some kind. Physics have said that there is a barrier around 2012 that they can't go through. Question: That doesn't mean there is nothing beyond that time. No, it's just blocked from view, even to the time machine. There are a lot of people wondering whether they are going to retain control over humanity beyond 2013. Question. There seems to be a quickening of consciousness right now as we are beginning to go into the fourth density. Answer. Right, there seems to be some evidence of this. Question. It's interesting that according to the mathematics behind the I Ching, everything goes jackpot around 2012. Answer. Yes, nothing will be the same on Earth. It's changing right now. What we are seeing is basically the death of the third density way of life, as reported on www.in5d.com. The link is also available on my website, endtimes23.com. The following information was reported on beforeitsnews.com on the 22nd of September 2012 and published by Mary Creeley, 1954, titled Senate Vote 90-1 Declaration of War, a de facto declaration of war against Iran. Rand Paul. Isn't it nice that our Senate leaders have decided upon a de facto declaration of war against Iran, according to Senator Rand Paul? We've been warned over and over again by knowledgeable sources such as the LA Times and Family Security Matters that Iran has sleeping cells throughout the US just waiting to unleash an unholy Armageddon upon Americans should we launch an attack against Iran. This info originates from LA Times and www.familysecuritymatters.org and www.stripes.com. The following two reports claim the President of the United States, Barack Obama, is to announce to the world that NIBIRU is real and is indeed in our inner solar system. The first report was posted on www.ufodigest.com titled Obama to Announce Planet X and ET Presence by Gordon J. Giannato. President Obama is making plans for a one-term presidency, but secretly planning to announce Planet X is indeed between the Earth and the Sun, which will in one continuous action reveal extraterrestrials on Earth. I do not remember an election so diversive, except the last one, and the one before that. After the RNC, the many people I spoke to have not changed their minds, other than one who said she would never watch another Clint Eastwood movie again. The first empty chair debate was when Coolidge was running in 1924 and did not show up for a debate. This is an American tradition, other than some humour which many did not appreciate. What is going on with the political process in the face of Planet X, pole shifts and open contact with ETs, all in our future? Condoleezza Rice did mention all this tectonic plate movement. Everybody should be reading info from www.zetatalk.com if they want to know what is overshadowing all political processes. Do people know subconsciously all governments are about to collapse? One thing is certain, this story is interesting. Let us not forget that the Zetas have said that there is a 93% chance Obama will announce Planet X before the middle of September if martial law was declared. It would trigger all the patriotic movements by describing it as a national emergency. Later on, people will be less inclined to riot as they will see that it was not a conspiracy and not the fault of any politician lying to the public. It is the fault of all politicians. But the situation will not be blamed on them, just that they knew for 60 years. Every president since Eisenhower knew. The Zetas also said there will be no economic collapse beforehand. The rich have trillion-dollar deep pockets, and they wish the public to keep on sleeping even if Planet X is revealed. If Obama does announce, and how can he not, as the signs are way too obvious, he will minimize the effects. Go back to sleep, sheepies. We will watch it for you and let you know if there is anything to worry about, other than a few quakes, a few volcanoes and a little sloshing of the oceans. Expect Obama to make an announcement before the election and a national emergency and suspend the elections and remain an unelected president. For the full transcript link, go to my website, endtimes23.com, and this info originates from www.ufodigest.com. This second report originates from www.zetatalk.com and was posted on the 16th of June 2012. On June the 16th, 2012, the Zetas hinted that an announcement admitting the near presence of planet X in the solar system might be forthcoming, as Earth changes such as the Earth's wobble had made it difficult to deny. The establishment has a choice: admit the presence and become one of the good guys, or continue to deny and look more and more like liars. What would be the outcome of admitting that there is a planet in the inner solar system? They could make a general announcement. They could have Obama make this. He could explain that the issue has been under security directives to avoid public panic, but that it is coming closer and becoming more obvious, and they feel that the public needs to know. They could present diagrams showing where planet X is, its position, and explain what it's doing to the Earth, causing the wobbling and weather changes. They would say they're not sure what the outcome will be, but the public will be kept informed. Then walk off the podium and let some scientists take over to explain all the details. The full transcript link has been posted on my website, endtimes23.com, and this info originates from zetatalk.com. Now a statement by the voice of the people. The big question is, will the President of the United States of America, Barak Obama, announce to the people of the US and the world that Planet X, NIBIRU, does exist and is a real threat to our planet? And is he brave enough to come clean, or will he be allowed to come clean? I believe the President, being a family man, knows what he needs to do, whatever the consequences this action may be. President Barak Obama will either go down in history of the United States as one of the greatest presidents that's ever lived, if he puts his trust in the people and comes clean, or he will go down in history as the most vile president there's ever been, that let the people of his country and the world sleepwalk into oblivion, not even knowing what's to come. Mr. President, it's up to you. End of statement. And finally, more footage from my recent camping trip. This week we visit the city of Lincoln and view the amazing Lincoln Cathedral. This footage is not to be missed. Okay, let's roll that footage.
Lincoln Cathedral. Absolutely brilliant. It's been restored as well to its former beauty. Absolutely brilliant building. If you're a tourist and you're coming to the UK, make sure you visit Lincoln. Oh, some brilliant buildings here. Brilliant.
Okay, my friends, you're all invited to join this channel by subscribing to End Times 23, which is a totally free subscription service. You're also invited to add me as a friend on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. Both the links are under this video. All this week's news links can be found on my website, endtimes23.com. The link is under this video. Just click on the link and go to the top left hand corner of the opening page and click on Informer News Links. You will find all this week's news links at the top of the page under this week's title video. Well, that's your lot for this week, my friends. I do hope you enjoyed the show. So this is your Informer signing off until next week at the same time. Friends, I'll see you on the flip side. As follows. Jason went to the market on that fatal day, but as it only takes around an hour for Jason to usually do the shopping and return, the source was worried after Jason not returned after 4 hours. Anyway, so the source went out to look for him. As he approached the market, there was a film crew, etc. near the market. The source found out that Jason had been killed by a shot to the back of his head. Whoever responsible for this horrific attack must be punished. 2012. Welcome along, my friends, to another edition of Informer News. Coming up in this week's broadcast is President Barak Obama about to announce to the world that planet+x NIBIRU is indeed in the inner solar system. Plus, the United States time travel program that found a barrier in time in the year 2012, and in 2013 they found the whole planet Earth lifeless. Also, US Senate votes 90-1, and we all know who gave the orders to execute Patrick and why, and it was the evil controllers. And we all know why they want this cover-up maintained, because they know damn well that NIBIRU is 100% correct and it is heading our way, my friends. Originates from www.in5d.com. I believe it is more confirmation our controllers have known about the coming apocalypse for many years. Titled 2000. This is Informer News, your voice of the people. Timeline is Monday the 8th of October. On for declaration of war and more footage from my recent camping trip. This week we visit Lincoln City and view the amazing Lincoln Cathedral. This footage is not to be missed. Now, before I start this week's broadcast, I'd like to update you all on what I've found out about the NASA whistleblower. You remember the one that briefed me on NIBIRU? Yeah, Jason Patrick. Well, not a very nice story, in fact. The info I've obtained from my source